Welcome to another Chainlink update. Like always, make sure to check out our YouTube memberships and our Patreon if you want access to all of our charts and if you want access to our daily Discord updates. And yeah, Chainlink right now is trying to react to the support zone. As you can see, we actually got below the 0.618 support level, which is not the best thing in the world, but we did get a bounce after that. However, this bounce is not enough for us to be able to confirm that the low is in. We actually need to get 5 waves up, and this looks like a 1-2 setup, but unless we get above the bull market support band, I'm not going to turn bullish because we could always get there and then get rejected. And I talked about a short-term bearish scenario a couple of days ago. I did tell you about this move to the downside. I did tell you it's possible to drop even more, and I told you that when we were at like $20 and we dropped to like $13, and it's even possible that we drop to like $8 to get another low in the second wave right here before we actually continue with the third wave. And I know not many people like to hear that, but it's a possibility because we do not have 5 waves up yet. Now maybe we will get 5 waves up, and if we do, the fifth wave right here is expected to get, let's say, somewhere between $35 and $40, and then after we get this, we should still get an ABC down. So yeah, I'm not expecting a huge impulsive move to the upside right now. However, if we get the fifth wave, then it could happen after that. And if we don't get the fifth wave, and if we drop below the 0.786 support level, or actually if we get another low, which is below the 0.618 support level, then we could drop to like $8, but that's actually not that bearish, and this could just turn into some kind of much bigger A, B, C structure with an overshooting B wave. It's still going to be okay. As you can see, the price reacted to the 0.618 support level here, so it's likely that we don't even go below this level. It's likely that we just test the support zone again, and then we go up. But maybe, and just maybe, the chart is trying to do something else. Maybe I miscounted the wave count, but I don't think I have, because the price has not really reacted to anything so far, which leads me to believe that this is most likely just a 1, 2, 3, 4 setup instead of a 1, 2 setup. If it was a 1, 2 setup, it would have reacted to the 0.618 support level, but it hasn't, so this leads me to believe that if we do not get a fifth wave, we could get another low, which would not be bearish. Now, once we get the third wave right here, the minimum target for the third wave is still $105, and that's actually still very, very bullish. Of course, I think this wave to the upside will still happen by the end of May, so if it doesn't happen by the end of May, and if we are not at $100 by the end of May, then whatever Chainlink will be at the end of May, that will be a short-term top, maybe even a long-term top, if we do not get another high after that at the end of the year. Keep in mind, in the previous cycle, Chainlink did not form another high after getting, a correction right here after May, which lead me to believe that Chainlink could do something like this, then go into a fourth wave move down, and then never recover for a fifth wave and just get a lower high like we did right here. So I talk about this scenario, and you have to be aware of that. So if you bought down here, for example, at like $10, maybe $15, you should probably take some profits when we are in this region right here, if we get to this region right here. And of course, that's not financial advice, that's just my opinion, but you don't really want to lose money if you are already up like 10x, do you? So don't get greedy, and also make sure to take profits. Also, I want to show you something on the short-term chart. This blue thing on the chart is new. This is the 200-day moving average, and as you can see, Chainlink is actually getting rejected by it, which leads me to believe that we will get another low right here. And yeah, I'm short-term bearish on Chainlink. Keep in mind, we just had a cross on the bull market support band, so it's not really looking too good. And also, I need to tell you that Bitcoin dominance will most likely just go sideways until the end of March. And I talked about this as well, so everything I'm telling you right now is not new information. I tell you this pretty much every single day, so if you don't know what I'm talking about, in the previous cycle, the real altcoin season happened at the end of March. It started at the end of March, and before that, we just went sideways in February and in January. And what you know, right now, we are just going sideways, which leads me to believe that if we do not get another cycle high by the end of March, we will most likely start doing something like this, and Bitcoin dominance will finally get that drop that everybody has been expecting since, let's say, September or even January of 2022. So I think the drop will happen. In the previous cycle, in the cycle before the 2021 cycle, the drop happened at the end of February. This has not happened in this cycle, which leads me to believe that the drop will most likely happen at the end of March this time, like it did over here. And there's nothing new about this, so I'm still expecting this to go sideways, and if it goes sideways, then Chainlink will most likely continue to suffer and get lower lows. Now, as long as we do not, break below the 0.618 support level again, we should be fine. However, if we drop below this low right here, actually this high right here of the first wave, that would turn the structure into a pretty much bearish structure. It would be a diagonal, and I would not really like that. As you can see, we almost got to this level right here in the fourth wave move down, so I don't want to see another low. If we get another low, we might as well just get another low in the second wave right here. Keep in mind, ICP actually did the exact same thing as Chainlink right here, and Chainlink just looks to be, lagging right now. Let me show you the ICP move that happened. So basically, it also had some kind of 1, 2, 3 setup on the chart, and when we went down in the fourth wave move down, it was way too deep, and I did tell you that we dropped below the support zone, which was not bullish, and it could have meant that we could get another low right here, and what do you know, we got another low in the second wave move down. So no, I'm not crazy, and these moves, if they do happen, then it's normal, but you also have to keep in mind, if we do not hold support, then ICP and of course Chainlink, I'm talking about Chainlink right now, will most likely get another low or even invalidate the whole structure. So yes, I'm short-term bearish, but I'm long-term bullish. I think Chainlink will be up here. Now, if you don't know why, and if you are just saying, well, why should it get this third wave by the end of May? Well, let me explain, and for this I need to go on the Bitcoin chart. So basically, let me explain this in the easiest way possible, and let's start with the first cycle, the first Bitcoin cycle. And let's look at 2013. In 2013, Bitcoin went up quite a lot until April of the post-halving year. And as you can see, after that, we had a correction. This was a 79% drop, and everybody was thinking, well, yeah, maybe this is the bear market, maybe right now we'll start going down. And when everybody was starting to give up on Bitcoin, that's when we got another cycle high by the end of the post-halving year, and this cycle high happened in December. And let's look at 2017, the exact same thing happened. We went up until here, actually until May, and then we went down, and here we went down a bit less than in the previous cycle, but we still went down like 41%, and yeah, everybody was panicking back here, and look at that. After that, we still put in a new cycle high at the end of the post-halving year. And the same thing happened in the 2021 cycle. We went up until May, well actually no, until April, and then we had a huge drop. This was a 55% drop. Everybody was thinking that the bull market is over, only for Bitcoin to do this right here and get another cycle high. And I think the exact same thing will happen again, which means that Bitcoin will most likely get to, let's say, $140,000, maybe even $150,000 by the end of May or by the end of April, and then we will see this drop right here. And when we get this drop, that's when the altcoins will also go down, because if Bitcoin gets huge drops, altcoins cannot really, not go down with it, because it's Bitcoin we are talking about. I mean, even here, when it dropped over here, the altcoins were just going crazy. And yeah, this right here turned out to be a big fake out. We are currently above the blanket support band again, and we are still bullish, which means that the low could be in, the fourth wave move down, and I'm expecting a fifth wave right now, and the fifth wave target, it's between $125,000 and $150,000. So this could be extremely good, but I mean, this could take a couple of weeks to start, because I mean, Bitcoin dominance is just going sideways, and if it's going sideways, Bitcoin is most likely going sideways as well. So unless something happens, I'm not expecting Bitcoin or Bitcoin dominance to really do anything in the next couple of weeks. And that means that Chainlink will most likely not do anything as well, and if it does not do anything, and if it does not form a fifth wave move up, it's likely we get another low, or maybe some kind of, weird ABC structure, maybe some kind of flat structure that does not get us another low, but that gets us below the 0.786 support level. And I'm still bullish in the long term. I mean, if you look at the weekly chart, it's not overbought anymore like it was up here, but the price is at like $16, which means that we could continue going up right now, and we would not have to get a correction because we are nowhere near close to being overbought. And the same thing happened in the previous cycle. I mean, this right here, this U structure looks the exact same as this, and I don't think the top is in. I don't think the top is nowhere near close to being in, which means that the altcoin season still has to happen, but you have to be a little bit patient, and if it does not happen right now, that's okay, because I think it will happen by the end of May. If it doesn't, then yeah, it's going to be time to, start panicking, because we will most likely get that drop on the Bitcoin chart. Now, maybe we will not, but every single cycle so far, we had the drop, so I think it's likely we do get the drop again, and if we do get the drop and the altcoins are not near all-time highs or at new all-time highs by then, it's going to be very bad, and I mean, that could even lead us to new bear market lows, so you definitely do not want to see that, and you definitely want to see a Bitcoin dominance drop before we see the Bitcoin drop at the end of May, or let's say at the end of April or so. So be careful, and that's all I have for this video. Make sure to check out the memberships and the Patreon if you want access to our charts and if you want access to our daily updates. We give you a bunch of updates, so each time something happens, we try to give you like a million updates, and yeah, the membership is only like $5, so it's not really, expensive. It's really cheap. Everybody can afford it, especially if you are in crypto, and especially if you have been watching my videos for some time now. You should be in profit if you took my advice. So yeah, that's all I have for this video. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, make sure to check out our YouTube memberships and our Patreon. Like I said, like, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.